tonight's episode of Blunt Talk NOLA. I am your host, Chop Tracks.
P dot on the spot.
Side Child 17.
And tonight we're going to be talking about, do children have too much leeway? Like, is we giving children too many excuses, and are we holding them accountable for their actions, though, and still calling them children? But are we really holding them accountable for the things that they do? So I'm pretty sure most of the people in the community then heard about the two situations with with the teenagers and their mothers and people dying or whatever. On one side, we got the teen and her boyfriend killed the whole family or tried to kill the whole family, and on the other side, we have the the mama caught the
Can't
girl.
hear you, Chop.
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you. Might have to turn your mic up a little bit more.
Yeah, but on the other side, y'all
There
can hear
you
me
is.
now?
Yeah.
All right. On the other side,
Yeah, we
we
couldn't
got
hear you live, bro.
the the mama caught the teenager with the older man at the house, and she killed him while he was running out the house, I think, and she in jail. But it always posed the question like, how old should you be to be able to be talking to them children like that? I think that's the main, question. Like, I could start with y'all. We could start with that. Like, how old is the age of consent to y'all for a child to be able to? I think we had this conversation before on whatever, and it's like we coming right back to it. But what y'all think about that? Like, what's the age you think you should be as a man where you cut off talking to certain age girls, or how old can a man be and talk to your daughter if she's a teenager?
For me, and I say this because I have a daughter who's a preteen now. Well, no, she's a teenager now. And I say 16, 17. But they both have to be in that age. Like the youngest he could be is 16 if she's 17, and 17 if they both 17. Like I can't see my daughter talking to nobody older, but I can't really see her talking to nobody that's not close enough in her age range. So he would have to be like 16 getting ready to make 17. It's okay. Y'all can have y'all little phone conversation. But coming over to my house and going to his house, that's a no. Like
Facts.
that's out.
Yeah, y'all know how this country is. Y'all depends on where you at and what you believe in, and what culture you follow, all kind of shit. So when it comes to that age thing, people, try to argue down about your personal beliefs. To each his own. I'm gonna say with that, whatever y'all feel is how y'all feel. But nah, I ain't going for none of it. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Straight and narrow. Try the best you can. Don't even worry about none of that. Your people gonna come. However, your people don't come. Don't go looking for that. None of that.
Right.
Thinking you gotta do this and do that. Nah, don't worry about none of that shit. Be the best person. and eventually some person that you compatible with, you know what I'm saying? That's probably gonna be around your damn age because y'all got stuff to compare. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen the way it's gonna happen.
I definitely agree. There's no need to
Y'all
even
sound a
be.
little low too, fellas. I don't know what it is. It's on the live. I'm listening to it on the live too. I'm going back to listen. Like y'all sound low. I sound a little low too. I don't know what that is, but y'all lower than me.
Um, I don't know. Might have to come out and come back in or something. Let me see if I can see what you're talking about.
Greetings to the people in the chat at Liam Spaz, Peaches, uh, what's the other
Oh, they say
person?
y'all sound good.
All right,
Strawberry.
Tina. See, yes, you sound good. Good. All right,
Oh, but
you straight now.
yeah, I guess
It
Tina
just was
T,
sounding
Big
low to me.
Boo. Oh,
I would
everybody
say
saying we sound good.
I would say
Oh, hey, nephew. I see you.
I definitely think that it definitely depends on each child, but I do believe like it's a set age for certain things. And I believe too it's a certain age where you just can't stop them from doing certain things that they gonna do it behind your back type shit. So I would say between 16 and 18, but 16 for us talking, 17 after your like closer to your 18th birthday, you could probably have somebody come over. As long as you know I talk to the parents and stuff like that. But if I can't communicate anything with the parents, I'm not letting them talk at all.
That's a good
And
point.
that's enough. You know what? I'm glad you said that, bro, because that's something that I don't hear a lot of modern day parents say. I have to know his parents or her parents before y'all could even be considered to be interacting with each other because at the end of the day, I need to know what type of time his parents on so I
Mm-hmm.
know to watch how he interacts with you. Because they might be on some seriously domestic shit. And the first time he raised his hands, I gotta put him 10 feet down, then they're gonna be looking at me like, well, you ain't had to do that. No, no, no. He picked that shit up from somewhere, and the damn sure ain't come from here. So yeah, I agree with that, man, because it's not. I'm not gonna say I can't. I don't think at any point in my life my parents didn't know what woman I was dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I brought the girls home. Like, mine is my little boo, or there's somebody I'm talking to, or whatever like that. Now, in junior high, for me, it was like we just boyfriend, girlfriend on phone and in school and shit. But
Right.
being out in public, calling ourselves boyfriend, girlfriend, that was a no-no because I didn't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all one funny ass shit. I didn't know my mama had people watching me and my twin while we was out and about in the streets. Like, she would, she literally had people that knew who we were and the type of shit we was doing and where we would possibly be going. And they'll report that shit back to her. Girl, I saw your son on Canal Street. He in that game room again and shit like that. Shit. It's just little
Boy,
simple
nigga used to
things.
be in Pennyland, boy.
Penny Land like a
For
motherfucker.
real.
Mardi Gras, the Jester, up in the Riverwalk. That was the three hangout spots.
I ain't never used to be in Adjuster, but I definitely used to be in Pennyland.
Man, you had to have money to go on that bitch. Them games were cheap.
I ain't had no money. I had Pennyland money.
But even if you wasn't going in there to just go gaming, you still had other shit in there that you could do too. So that was the type, because I got busted like that one day ditching school, and my mama hit me up when she got home. She was like, why you was on Rampart today? I'm like, I thought I was at school. She's like, boy, don't stand here a lot of me. I said, shit. All right, bye. I was ditching school.
Well, we gonna that's the one we talking about already. I guess we could just start with that one. Welcome everybody to the chat again. Let me get my screen shared right quick. Do a little buff.
I read the headline on this one and I thought I already knew the.
Hold on, let me, cause you stuttering, sir.
I read the headline on this one and I thought I already knew the whole story. I was wrong.
And in tonight's crime alert, a local mother is charged with shooting and killing a man who was found hiding under her child's bed early yesterday morning.
Police say this man was invited over by a child, came in through the back door at 1 a.m. and ended up hiding under the kid's bed, which is about as ugly a set of facts as you're gonna find. And I'm not a parent, much to the dismay of my mom, but there are kids in my life who I would go to war for. And whatever I'm imagining sitting here, you multiply it by about 1 billion for the woman who actually gave birth to the child on the other side of that door. So I understand the temperature in that hallway completely. And here's the part that matters. If she finds him under that bed and fires right there in that room in that second, we are having an entirely different conversation right now. I'm not saying she skates, but she's standing on much firmer ground. That's not what happened, though.
Now, this all happened after a mother found a man in her house. She says he was hiding under a child's bed. When police arrived, they found the man dead near the front porch. Now, the woman, 36-year-old Kendra Scott, now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder and employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. The man who was shot has now been identified as Redarius Morton. According to police, Morton was invited by a child to the home and came in through the back door at 1 a.m. The arrest affidavit says when Kendra Scott came home, she was heard banging on the front door and yelling, "Who's at my house?" Once the child opened the door, Morton was found hiding under the child's bed. As Morton was leaving the house, both Scott and Morton went out to the front porch, and that's when the juvenile says she heard a gunshot. Morton was found shot in the back of the head.
He's leaving. He's outside. He's facing away. And unless something comes out saying he turned around and threatened.
Give a fuck. It's too late for him. It's too late. I can't hold myself. I had to pop lock and let it loose. The nigga head gone. I don't hear that shit.
Nah, the only reason she getting locked up for the felony charge is because she shot the man.
It's quiet, chop. If the thing's still playing, we can't hear. That bitch stop playing.
Yeah, the thing about that is she shot him in the back of the head, which meaning he was fleeing. And the law states if their back is turned and they are running away, they pose you no threat. So you have no legal right to shoot at that point. If she was gonna do anything, she should have shot him while his ass was under that
You
bed.
right. Yeah, I'm going above the law on this one. Yeah, I'm going above the
She
law on
shouldn't
this
have.
one. Yeah, I'm an outlaw on this one, Peter. I'm definitely an outlaw.
That's why I
He
said
lucky
she
I
should
ain't
have
shoot
shot
him
his
on the
ass
way
while he
out the
was
door.
under that bed.
That boy lost his fucking mind, man. Did they say how old he was? I didn't catch that part.
And miss me with that because nothing
They said, y'all can hear it now?
about that gun made the
I think they
decision.
said he was
Yeah,
38.
it's back on. You can hear it now.
All right, I'm gonna have to replay
The
it.
audio had went out for after you showed after he was explaining the lady shooting him in the back of the head. The audio went out.
And I thought I already knew the whole story. I was wrong.
God damn it.
I read the headline on this one and I thought I already knew the whole story. I was wrong.
And in tonight's crime alert, a local mother is charged with shooting and killing a man who was found hiding under her child's bed early yesterday morning.
Police say this man was invited over by a child, came in through the back door at 1 a.m. and ended up hiding under the kid's bed, which is about as ugly a set of facts as you're gonna find. And I'm not a parent, much to the dismay of my mom, but there are kids in my life who I would go to war for.
Y'all can still hear?
Yeah.
And whatever I'm imagining sitting here, you multiply it by about 1 billion for the woman who actually gave birth to the child on the other side of that door. So I understand the temperature in that hallway completely. And here's the part that matters. If she finds him under that bed and fires right there in that room in that second, we are having an entirely different conversation right now. I'm not saying she skates, but she's standing on much firmer ground. That's not what happened, though.
Now, this all happened after a mother found a man in her house. She says he was hiding under a child's bed. When police arrived, they found the man dead near the front porch. Now, the woman, 36-year-old Kendra Scott, now faces multiple charges, including first-degree murder and employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. The man who was shot has now been identified as Redarius Morton. According to police, Morton was invited by a child to the home and came in through the back door at 1 a.m. The arrest affidavit says when Kendra Scott came home, she was heard banging on the front door and yelling, "Who's at my house?" Once the child opened the door, Morton was found hiding under the child's bed. As Morton was leaving the house, both Scott and Morton went out to the front porch, and that's when the juvenile says she heard a gunshot. Morton was found shot in the back of the head.
He's leaving. He's outside. He's facing away. And unless something comes out saying he turned around and threatened her life on that porch, every justification she had inside that house evaporated the moment he stepped out the front door. Because the standard has never been whether he deserved it. The standard is whether the threat is happening right now. And a man walking off your porch with his back to you is not a threat happening right now. She's now charged with first-degree murder. And the cruel part of all of this is that she was trying to protect her daughter. That was the whole motivation. Meanwhile, the one thing guaranteed to hurt that little girl for the next 20 years is her mother sitting in a cell for it. Now, the gun control crowd is going to run with this and tell you the firearm turned a bad night into a body, and miss me with that because nothing about that gun made the decision on that porch. Unfortunately, she did. But I'm also not going to pretend she was completely right if the facts stand, because she wasn't. And both of those things can be true at the same time. I broke the whole thing down in a full video. What she's actually staring at legally and why the fight that starts after the shooting stops is one nobody warns you about. I'll put a link in the description section for you to check out. I read the headline on this one and I thought I already knew the whole story.
All right, so y'all heard everything?
Yeah.
All
They
right.
played all the way through that time.
All right.
Yeah, I heard everything.
So let's go towards the chamber, man. What you think?
She should have shot his ass while he was under that bed.
If I'm going to jail, Peter, I'm going. I'm already gone, yo. You might as well die.
So when you think about it like this, if she came home at 1 a.m. in the morning, which 9 times out of 10 she probably was at work, got
It
off
still
at
didn't say how
12,
old
takes
the
about
dude
an hour
was
to get
either,
home,
huh?
and
No, I ain't
she's
hear.
banging on the
I ain't
front
hear how old
door
he was, but I'm
asking
about to look
who
right
is
now.
in the house. I think he was 38.
Damn.
And
Dang. Under a bed
she
at 38? Yeah, that nigga disrespectful.
under the bed at 38. Yes.
Nah, that nigga
And so
disrespectful, dog. That nigga got a dad bod, man. Under a bed, bro.
when she made it to the daughter's
That nigga
room and
disrespectful.
found him under the bed, she should have bucked him right then and there. Because at that point she could say she came home and found an intruder in her house trying to rape her daughter. You see what I'm saying? Regardless that he say the girl invited him over, don't matter at this point. I came home and found an intruder in my house trying to rape my daughter. Bop bop, I shot him.
Yeah,
That's the end of the story.
yeah, I cleared him out. Yeah, yeah,
No,
I
the
cleared him
dude
out.
was 20 years old. So right
He was
there, you
20.
Okay.
All right.
And
yeah,
how
Now,
yeah.
how
old was
So
the
old the girl
child?
was?
13.
7
13. Yeah,
years.
he tripped.
He done got hit
Yeah,
with
he wild.
7.
Yeah, he
He done got hit
wild.
with 7 of them.
Yeah.
All up under the
It's not
bed.
worse than 38, but he wildin', bro. He
Yeah, I
went too
thought I
far
heard him
for
say 38.
he went too far for that conversation. Whatever the fuck they were talking about for that nigga to want to
Go
do
ahead,
all
go
that,
ahead,
bro.
go ahead, get down.
Yeah, bro. If you was, it'd been a little different if everything was established and shit, and you just going over there, but ain't nobody knew nothing about none of that, bro.
13 and 20 though?
Ain't
Like,
nobody knew nothing about none of that, man. Ain't like you was ain't like the mama knew, cause some mamas be cool with shit
some
like
mamas
that. I
do
mean,
be
look at
cool with
Elvis'
shit like
mama.
that.
Yeah, child, Elvis'
That's
mama
listen.
let
That's
that
one
little girl
thing.
Presley go with his ass way back then. Go Google that,
But
man. Shit.
nah, we gotta look at it like this.
That
It's
girl was
certain
that girl
states,
was
certain
13. This
laws,
nigga was already a grown ass man.
right? Certain states, certain laws, and they got laws that say
That's what I
the
was talking
only
about
way
earlier,
that
bro.
that
What
could
I'm saying?
be allowed is
Mom
if the
ain't know nothing
parents
about
sign
that
off
shit,
on
man.
it,
She
right?
looked that far. She didn't know.
Now, the other problem that she faced with is when
Man, she go
she
she going to jail. She
allowed
don't
him.
think
Think about at the part where they said they got to the porch and the argument ensued, and the daughter said all she heard was a single shot. She should not have allowed him to get up to leave out that house. You abandoned all legal uh security, for a better lack of words, when you allowed him to get on that front porch. Because what they tell you, if the burglar is in the house, you have all legal right to do what you need to do to defend yourself and your home. Once they are outside the house, your legal protections as far as firearm use is over with, right? So knowing that, like she should, but she got
she ain't gonna
emotional.
think about none of that shit, man.
Right. She wasn't thinking about none of that shit.
None of that
So,
shit you
bow.
talking about, yo. You, the
Soon as he
law,
turned
Justice
around, her
Blindez,
emotions took the
the
better of her.
lawyer, the DA. She was on some Tupac shit. I ain't trying to hear nothing y'all niggas talking about. I spit in the face of your cameras, bitch. Tuh. I shot that nigga in the back of the head. Sure did. And did. And did. Sure did. Pop pop. Pow. Goes the firecracker. The fuck? Some people just don't care. Just like other people, right? When white boys be killing motherfuckers and all kind of shit, hanging. Some people just don't give a fuck. And they don't have a color to that shit. Why they ain't try to give a crime a passion? See, they ain't gonna give it to her for like that now. Cause what? See what I'm saying?
Now
They
she
don't
can't
even
give crime.
mention it. You
She
know
can't
why?
give crime of passion because it wasn't her boyfriend fucking another
It ain't
woman
gotta
in
be
their
no
house.
boyfriend, man. That's your daughter, man. That's your daughter, bro. They ain't gotta you ain't gotta be having sex with somebody for the chore.
Is it a thing?
Not necessarily saying they had to be anything
Oh,
like
come on, man.
if she caught him cheating, that in their house, that still she still would
Again,
be able to get a crime
it
of
ain't
passion
gotta be
charge.
relations. You ain't gotta be having relations with the person, bro.
It
Somebody you
shouldn't be
watch
that way.
somebody kill your son in the front of your face.
Right.
What you call that, Peter? And you done wind up killing this man. What you call it? That's what I'm saying. What that
Revenge.
charge is?
Murder.
Oh, I wouldn't know
All
what they
right,
would
brother.
call that. I call
Okay,
that revenge. They killed
okay.
my child right in
That
front of my
nigga
face
said
and I kill
You're
him.
revenge.
right.
Nigga, that's
Man,
instant revenge right there.
I don't think I don't think that's the name of the charge. Is what I'm saying. They're
I'm
not gonna
about to
write
look it up.
revenge on your paper when they charge your ass.
I'm about to look it up right
They
quick.
really not.
It's first
What
degree murder or
constitution
something.
will have
You
a
see what I'm
felony?
saying? They're gonna go straight to that. They're not gonna try to give you that. Is my point. They're not gonna try to uh negotiate with you like that. It's automatic, bro. Sometimes when certain shit go down, it's just automatic. She shot him in the back of the head. That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna even talk about it. They're not even gonna mention it. They're not even gonna bring that up. She gonna have to fight that with her lawyers and say, "Yeah, I blanked out. I snapped out." What that charge is, child? When you snap out, I just went crazy. I couldn't help myself, and I killed that motherfucker.
They make
What
you
they
plead
call that shit?
insanity with
They
certain
call that
shit
insanity plea. She could get that.
she can't get the
They ain't
crime
mention that
passion, but
neither.
she can get the.
She could get temporary insanity.
They ain't mention it though. They went straight to the murder. Cold blooded case of murder. She was wrong by the law, right? She was definitely wrong.
All I'm saying
But how many
is,
cases have you seen where they went against their own laws because of one little situation that probably
Ah,
stirred
okay,
it and
okay.
what
made
I'm
it
But
different?
saying
actually,
is
silent.
this:
You right.
like the
You
dude,
right,
the
silent.
dude, the dude broke
They
that
say
shit
a violent
down
act,
the best
usually a
way
killing or assault, committed in a sudden rush of intense
because at the
emotion.
end of the day, if she would have did something while he was in the house, that's different. Once he leave,
We
now
wouldn't
you
even be
just
talking
gotta.
about it. Exactly.
Once he leave, you gotta just press charges. You got his name. You gotta make made your daughter get the name up. Once she get a name up, now you press charges.
Yeah.
It is what it
She
is.
wasn't she wasn't worried about none of that shit, child. She said, fuck it though. She said, fuck
They
it, son.
won't do it no more. I know he ain't gonna do it
Exactly.
no more.
Forever, nigga.
Man, I watched that
Exactly.
movie. I can't think of the name of it.
That nigga gonna come
The
back
white
as a
boy,
roach, nigga,
he
and
wound
somebody
up
gonna
going
step
to
on his
jail.
ass.
Somebody broke in his fucking house, was in his daughter room, and that motherfucker got out of there. He hit that boy with a baseball bat in the back of his head and wound up in jail. Because he wasn't supposed to hit that boy once he left. He not a criminal.
Mhm. Yeah, I watched the movie a
You could
while
have
back because
kneecapped
this
him.
kind of close to
You
when they
what?
said she
What
went
that
outside.
was?
When he went outside, could have kneecapped him. This man here play too much.
Yeah,
This man here
kneecap him.
tactical.
He ain't dead.
I didn't say you
You
was
actually
wrong,
be
bro.
guilty
It
of
just
an
was
assault
funny to me.
charge.
It just was funny with me, bro. It was just funny. That's all, bro. I ain't say you couldn't do
Yeah,
it.
they
You
blew his
were free to shoot
kneecaps
that
out. Hit that
motherfucker
nigga in
wherever
the
you
back of
choose.
the kneecap.
Yeah. But a
But
while
y'all
back, I seen
actually
this
told
movie
the
called
chamber to
Felony.
open
Y'all
tonight.
ever
I
seen
was
that
just
shit?
saying,
Yeah, I heard.
that nigga
Yeah,
would have got
you
kneecapped,
seen that?
boy.
You seen that shit, Chop? That fucking
Yeah, that's what
Felony
I'm talking
is
about.
is a good example of that shit too. Nigga bust him in the back of the head with the bat. So yeah, on his own. You know what I'm saying?
If I would
That
have
man
never
had to do
watched that
10
shit,
years.
I would have thought it was okay to fuck somebody up. But once they
That's a
turn their
great
back,
point too.
that's a wrap. You can't kill them. You could probably
But you
trip.
could
And then
definitely
another
fuck him
thing
up.
is, you can't imprison them, like hold them hostage
Y'all
and
about
Yeah,
to
shit.
because
say you gotta.
that's false imprisonment. That falls under
Yeah, you just
false
gotta let him steal
imprisonment
your
or
shit.
holding a hostage situation. Like I say, you hit them in the back of their kneecaps and blow their kneecaps out. Now you ain't gonna never walk the same no more.
But P died. All right, I feel what you saying, P.
Still gonna get a assault battery charge, bitch. You
You
going to
going to
jail?
I'll
jail?
Shut
take the
up.
battery charge.
He
Right.
think he's
I'll
slick,
take
yeah,
the
child.
battery
Hey,
He
he
charge.
gonna
think
look
he's
at his
slick.
black ass
He
one
going to
time.
jail to
All
jail.
right, sir. All right. Yeah, they gonna talk to him smooth and everything. Yeah, round, cause I would have shot him too. Go ahead, get back in the back of the car.
Uh-huh. Stupid ass.
Go ahead, get your ass in the back of the car. Yeah, no, they gonna run you down. We just gonna take your name and get your fingerprints and shit. You good?
The fans gonna write your letters.
We gonna have a support system waiting on his ass.
Hell yeah.
But dog got a whole assault battery charge.
Nah, I
You
ain't
better
gonna
hope
lie.
that
Now
man don't
since
bleed out.
that's nah, I ain't gonna lie. Normal first reaction was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Everybody, we
Man,
all talked about the dude doing wrong, the mama doing wrong, and good.
My mama did the same thing.
But what the fuck about the 13-year-old wanting to fuck with the 20-year-old? Like
yeah, bro. He
how we fix
can't.
that part of it? Like why is that not the alarming or one of the alarming things? Because it's a compound situation. It's a lot of shit
Well, I
there.
think we started off on one thing. You know how we do. You know,
Yeah.
we go to speaking on one part longer than we should. But that's a good way to bring it back
No,
though,
no,
Chop,
no, no,
because
no.
she's definitely
I ain't
responsible.
saying just I'm not saying just for us. I'm saying we did what normal people do. You know what I'm saying? Like just period. Like if the conversation would have not been between us and in another circle, it'd have been the same thing. They might have had that one person saying, well, what about the little girl? And the motherfuckers would be saying, but the man, this, you know what I'm saying? But y'all remember, we was
Yeah, that
on
wouldn't
this
have
show.
definitely been no argument. But I get what you're saying though. It definitely would have been no argument. It's
Yeah,
you know how we. I mean, you pretty much know how I feel about a lot of that shit.
yeah,
It's everybody's accountability. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And I just think that I just think that him being as old as he is, you will automatically go into that conversation, or the lady shooting him in the back of the head. I think that's what kind of triggered us into even
Mm-hmm.
leaving her out, really, because we was kind of stuck on mom and
Trying
the
to figure
charges
that
and
part
shit.
about it out.
But that's kind of illusion for everybody too. I think as well. You know what I'm saying? By how far it went and really talking about how old he was and how they
Because
tell
we
the
wouldn't even
story.
been in the
I think it
situation
kind
if
of
the
the story
girl,
itself kind of leaves her out. Is
right.
it kind of
We wouldn't even be in the
oh,
shit
she's
if she wasn't
13.
talking to the older
Yeah,
nigga.
it's like a pity party for her. Yeah, through the story, it's like a damn near pity
If
party
that
for
had
her.
been a
So
little
a
boy,
lot
if
of
that had
people
been
is
a little
not.
boy that was her
So
age,
that's true.
they would have, it wouldn't have been that way. See what I'm saying? Because
No,
she wouldn't have
Nah,
seen
not at
him
all.
as a threat. But she
nah.
13 and your mom and it
I
came
think the
home.
mama probably would have just put it on TikTok or something. Got this grown up, this is
Yeah.
this.
But you 13
Nah,
and I done came
you
home
should.
and it's a
She shot the
grown
shit out of
ass
that room.
man in this bitch.
She shot the shit. You said he was
Fuck is
20,
we
huh?
talking about?
Damn.
About to kill something. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand too that now I
Yeah,
gotta
her little
check
high
my
little sitting there
13-year
tripping.
old. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now I
she in
can't
there
have
wild.
a
Yeah,
conversation
she
to my
yeah,
13-year
spin
old.
that
Now,
shit.
this the other thing we
Spin
gotta
that
think
shit.
about too. What
Spin
don't
that
some of
shit.
these little
They what
children
they
look
telling
a
them, huh?
little older than what they supposed to be nowadays, bro? Like
What you think? That's what
they
they teaching them.
so
What's up,
could
baby?
she have
The
lied about
outfits
her
and the clothes and
age?
changed and
And
everything for them children, man. They don't even
yeah,
really
that's what I'm
make children's
saying.
clothes no more, man. They just
Bruh,
make them small.
I be seeing that shit. I
Just
be
make
like,
adult
man, ain't
clothes
no way,
small.
man. My
Crazy.
I thank God that my daughter has the sense to see and certain shit. I know my daddy gonna flip out if he see me wearing, cause I'll be ready to go off. Like, girl, where's you going with them shorts on? Go find you some better shorts. That's your in-house clothes. That ain't no outside clothes. Fuck
Well, how did you how did it get that far? Like what is she
the
thinking?
parents. You got to
What
think about how the mamas let them dress.
no, I ain't talking about the dressing. I'm talking about why does a 13-year-old even think it's cool to talk to a 20-year-old person?
On that fucking
Experience,
on the internet,
probably.
online. That bro, people too many. All this shit got too much access to children, bro. These things are that shit they be on, bro. Is not age appropriate. None of that shit. Even though a lot of that shit
None
be
of
saying
that
that
shit.
shit too.
Right. They be
So
lying.
a lot of them feel
They
like
not.
that
They
shit
be
cool, bro. They
lying.
play a game with old ass niggas and all that type of shit now. So it's like it's free range, huh? It's like putting a fox in the hen house, dog.
Right.
They gonna hit him. They gonna hit something. You see what I'm saying?
But you know we
And
don't
they
do that
thinking
type of
that's
shit.
what you supposed to be
We get in
doing.
that bitch and it be children. Nigga get out them games with them children, son.
Man, bro, think about it, bro. Them 13-year-olds be saying shit they hear adults say. But if an adult
online.
going along with it, you see what I'm saying? It brings in a whole other dynamic. It make the child think, well, this adult accept
If they
me
could,
like I'm an adult, so I'm a
I'm gonna act
a
like
do
one.
adult shit. Like it goes a part of it. Like when you get that attention, you getting attention and all that shit because you're young, your mind still catching up to shit, trying to understand shit. You won't be out there in the streets and shit, you know. You're hot as a firecracker. You're doing shit. You're saying shit. Like you going through
That
that
you know
puberty
you shouldn't be
stage.
saying.
And a lot of times people, when you got that much access to a motherfucker who going through that type of stage, bro, that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's going straight,
It's
bro. And it's sad to say that, that a person would go that far, not even knowing this fucking man or nothing. We talk about them children getting out there prostituting at that age. I remember that.
Yeah, we
Them
did
children
do
going out there
a video of
13.
that with
Yeah,
a little child coming
13
out
years
the store at
old.
like 2 in the morning
Yeah.
and shit.
So, yeah, bro.
Now
And
13,
I,
son, like I can't
like
even
you say,
13,
what
bro.
your
imagine.
mama was into, cause she had the gun ready. So, like you said, bro, it's accountability for all that shit, bro. And it's sad to say somebody had to lose their life and go to jail. And
Right.
a, 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 a young girl without a mother now. You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen to her? Foster care, I guess. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go
Like
live
Cause
with
she ain't
that's
gonna
granny.
stop messing with
that's
older people.
crazy. Work.
But the ultimate problem is,
And the killer
why
part
was
is
she at
too,
home alone?
she was
Why
at
was she at
home.
home
No,
alone?
no, no. It don't matter if she was at home alone.
No,
That ain't
nigga.
got nothing to do
You
with
gotta
it.
think
You
about it.
supposed
Just
to
like Silent
no,
said,
I do. I am thinking about what you're saying. You saying
these
the
children
mama
getting
gotta watch her
exposed to too
24
much shit.
hours and don't go
No,
to
somebody
work,
gotta
right?
be there with her.
Not at no 13, son.
Yeah, nigga. Think
No.
about why the situation. Okay, so if you're gonna say that, then look at the situation. The situation would not have happened had an adult, responsible adult, been home with that child. That child wouldn't have even thought to do that, right?
I see what you're
Right?
saying, but at the
So
end of the day, you
you
should
give
not,
you
as a
if you keep
13
giving
year
your
old,
children that kind of
you
fucking
should
leeway,
not
bro,
want
they
to
gonna test
talk
the
to
muddy
a
waters.
fucking 20-year-old person. That's
That
the
is a
that's the
fact.
issue. That's what's on the
But
table. You still talk about what the mama did.
yeah, no, I'm saying at the end of the day, the responsibility is to not give your child that kind of leeway to be able to do shit like that. Even if you got all the utmost trust in your child,
This is
you
crazy.
give them that kind of leeway. Think about it. If she an only child, mama at work, she raising her doing the best she can. She gotta work. Somebody not there's nobody that'll take care of her, and she old enough to take care of herself now.
My
But
bad,
now
y'all.
look what she
I'm
doing.
trying to
She
stop
out there
this shit
testing the
right
muddy
now.
waters. Like you
My
say,
bad,
they
y'all.
they,
Top
they
dog.
they get exposed to all kind of shit online. They talking to people online,
Stop
doing all
fucking
kind of fucking
ringing.
shit. So at the end of the day, if somebody responsible would have been there with her, that dude would have never made it into the house.
I still
And
blaming the mama and not answering the question of why a 13-year-old want to talk to a 20-year-old person.
now again, like Silence said, they in puberty. They going through shit. They hot as a firecracker. They testing the muddy waters. They test that water to see what they could get away with. Think about if
At
mama hadn't came
13, like
home
what
at
you
13,
probably you
nigga.
probably ain't even hit puberty yet. Like,
Okay,
see what I'm saying?
listen,
Like
listen.
you.
We gotta understand children today are not like children that we were, bro. Yeah, we went
Nah,
through
I'm not
puberty,
about
but
to
we
sit
wasn't
up there
trying to
and
sneak
be
20-year-old
and
motherfuckers in our house.
wrestlerize a 13-year-old wanting to fuck with a that's bullshit because like I said, I still
What
know
you
the
mean?
not no
So
13 year
so
old
so
like no
so
no
so
I
so
could see
listen. So listen.
probably a
When we
16
had
year
the
old
discussion
probably
about
or even maybe a 15-year old probably but a
okay, so listen,
13-year old fuck no son can't see it.
Chop, listen to where we was at some months back, last year or the year before sometime. when we was talking about how we couldn't get the girls our age in high school because they was doing what? Dating 25, 26, 27-year-old
A
niggas
13
who
year
was
old
out of
person is
school.
not in high school.
Okay, but look at that. Okay, so let's go over the age difference though. At ninth grade, how old are you? In the ninth grade, how old are you?
It depends on when you started school.
Okay, it depends on when you started school. Typically, in the ninth grade, how old are you?
15,
14,
16.
14,
In the ninth grade?
14,
Damn. Okay, so
15
what that
going on
mean?
16 in the 10th,
Ninth grade.
16 going on 17 in the 11th, 17 going on 18 in the 12th. In my time in high school, I couldn't get the girls I want because they was dating niggas that was long graduating out of high school. That's a 5 year gap. So 14, these niggas 20,
Oh
21,
my
22.
goodness. If she in
Do
high
you get what I'm
school,
saying now?
I don't get what you're saying because that's not a middle school child we talking about. We talking about a high school child, not a middle school child.
Okay, but like you say, depending on when you enter, depending on when you was born, you could be in high school at 13.
So you
She could
saying
have
the
been
trend
getting
ain't
ready to
never
make
changed then
14.
since
Look,
you was in school.
fuck no, Chuck. The shit's still going on, man.
Why?
Because niggas ain't learned nothing.
No,
And the little
because you
children that's
sitting your
coming
ass
up
up
now,
there rationalizing that shit
no,
instead of
I ain't
saying
rationalizing shit. I'm
instead of
telling you
saying
that the shit is what the
no,
shit
they
ain't
should
the
not
shit
be
ain't
talking
never
to no
changed, nigga.
goddamn just because they're doing a lot of it. It's the same thing with the gay stuff. It's the same thing with the pedophilia thing. We we
He was on some
we mad
pedophile
about the
shit.
pedophile, right? We mad about him being
He
a
was a
pedophile,
pedophile.
right?
That's it. It is what it is. A
We
nigga was
mad
a
about we
pedophile.
mad about the mom. You mad about the mom. I'm mad is a big word, but I'm just using that as a whatever. But mad is
Upset. Let's
yeah,
use
upset
upset.
about the mom not doing what she did. What are you upset about that the 13-year-old did? Did she just get manipulated and the mom just a badass parent and now that gives her the
No,
permission
I'm
to
not saying
do
the
some
mom was
dumb
a bad
shit?
parent. Like I said, the mama gotta do what she gotta do. She trying to raise her on her own. She gotta be able to work to take care of the house, right?
I don't
So
think you answering the
we
question that I'm asking.
the question that you asking is
What
what
do you? What
difference
is
did
that conversation with your 13-year-old daughter after you found out she had a man under the bed and your baby mama then went to jail for killing this nigga? What is your conversation with your daughter?
what were you thinking? Why were you even entertaining somebody that far out of your age range? He's too old for you. I could say that because I had that conversation with my sister.
It's more to it than just that. Like it's a man in the house, and if he was, let's just say he could defend himself a little bit, he could have been in there with a gun and got the mama too. That's the other situation we dealing with. These motherfuckers was so in love they decided to get rid of the motherfucking girl family. This is what 13-year-olds is thinking about. That's why I'm trying to. That's why it says the age of accountability. When in the fuck is we gonna hold them little motherfuckers accountable for the shit they be doing? You could be the best parent in the world and your child still go to jail. I didn't seen that shit buku times. Your
Yeah,
child still get caught up in some shit. Buku times. It's still a choice on the child. Period. Not saying that men are not out there manipulating little girls and giving them money and getting their nails done, buying them food and doing all that stuff. Yes, that stuff is going on or whatever. But Why is that 13-year-old looking for validation in someone else and not her dad or her uncle or whatever in her family or no nothing? Most of the time, back in the G, a uncle or a brother or a cousin or somebody step up and be there or whatever. And I think that's a big dynamic of it. It's not a lot of women once they leave their baby daddies or whatever, or their sons fathers or daughters fathers, they don't they don't allow them to, they don't co-parent with each other for the better of the child. I'm about to play that other video though, cause that's crazy. But P, I'm just saying, niggas need to hold them children accountable, bro. Like, ain't
Daddy, but
nobody tell.
I just wanted to give my little two
Oh,
cents in with
go
that
ahead, son. I
question.
thought you. My
No, you
bad.
good. The question you asked him about that, that conversation you should have with your daughter. The I don't think I think this is missing too out of that too. What you like you were saying, they're not teaching their daughters about chastity, about moral respect, uh, what to be watching, how long you watching it, and all that shit with them phones and all that shit. They're not teaching them accountability when it comes to all these possessions and wanting to look like a prostitute, and dress provocative and shit like that. They're not teaching them what comes with that. So I think a lot of them going out there playing like, dressing up like, acting like, until it come down to the come down, and then it's too fucking late. So and then you want to react. A lot of mothers are reacting emotionally and not logically about the future of their child and what it could possibly bring. What are you really raising by not telling them nothing? A lot of them don't even want to touch their children and just let them. I sent y'all
Let them
one
do whatever they
in the
want to
group
do.
chat earlier. Just let them talk all kind of ways and all that stuff, and just sit there, like old white housewives in the 80s and shit. It's flipping, bro. And I don't think people are getting desensitized to a lot of shit, bro. And I don't think people are realizing that, until it's too late. People not coming back, man. You know, and when they say you going to lay down, you going to lay down, bro. So those two things, I think that they made relevant in the neighborhoods to young boys. When they push that on us. You don't want to be these two things. You don't want to be dead or in jail. What they need to be telling these young ladies that same shit now, because it's getting ridiculous. The femme fatale rate is higher than ever. Women are doing the do. Okay, it is what it is. People are raising murderers, and nobody don't want to talk about it. So I just wanted to chime in on that part, y'all.
Yeah, I believe that we should start, because we, like you said, we coach the boys and we tell them don't do this, don't do that. Like, what's that mother daughter conversation about it? Are they telling
Yeah,
them
why
the
they don't tell their
girl?
daughters? You're gonna end up data in jail, huh? You know what I'm saying? That data in jail
Yeah,
conversation
but
doesn't
they
happen with the
telling them
women.
it's
That's what I
okay
was
to talk to
specifically
these
speaking
older
on.
men, or is
But they
they
going to
saying,
jail and they dying.
is they
Yeah.
saying basically like, you could do what you want to do, because that's what they really let these children do, what they won't do, and and then when you try to tell them something, they won't tell you something. Like, nigga, tell them something. That's the whole thing. That's why we having this issue, because you not telling them nothing. For these motherfuckers to be 13 and however old this nigga is, to go on a killing spree of killing this girl people so they could be together is ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. Let's see. What a thing.
Yeah, this shit going to new heights, bro. This shit going to new heights, though.
East St. Louis, which is a small city on the Illinois side of the Illinois-Missouri border. A 16-year-old boy is now being charged
Hold up. You pause your ass.
as an adult for allegedly killing 5 members of the
Damn,
same
they
family,
charging that boy
cutting
as an adult.
off one of the victim's thumbs. The boy's 15-year-old girlfriend also being charged.
Oh,
Chris Hayes,
15-year-old
former News Nation
girlfriend.
affiliate KTVI, has been all over the story from the beginning. He will join us live in a moment, but here is more from some of his reporting.
Time out.
Prosecutors say the
Pause it.
first murder was between July 5th and July 7th here at Samuel Gomper's homes. Cherie May was the first killed, found in a storage tote behind a dumpster. Prosecutors say Cherie's son and mother then came to find out why they weren't hearing from her. That's when Devin May reportedly walked in, surprised the teen lovers, and was shot and killed. Prosecutors say the 15-year-old girl then went to get Grandma, Patricia May, who was waiting in a car outside and was lured inside so that J. Meyer Davis could jump out of a closet and shoot her. Prosecutors say Davis admitted cutting off Grandma's thumb and using it to access her iPhone to steal money. An Illinois State Police rep spoke out at a news conference after the hearing.
This was tragic for both families. This is something that you don't normally deal with and see in this community.
Dr. Anita Bazil is ISP's high-risk communities public safety coordinator who spoke out surrounded by community leaders.
This is not a time for blame. We have to heal. This is tragic for our community. As a native of East St. Louis, I know we can do it. Maybe we can learn from this.
The level of alleged premeditation included Instagram messages read in court. Prosecutors said J. Meyer Davis wrote his girlfriend about shooting and stabbing a cousin, and that the teen girl answered, "I can do that. I love blood," and then also messaged, "Babe, I'm finna lose my whole family for you." Prosecutors say 4 family members were then shot at Jones Park. 2 died and 2 survived, including the 15-year-old girl's mother, and who police say owned the gun that had been stolen to commit the murders.
We cover a lot of things here, Chris. Really some disturbing details there. Reporter Chris Hayes joins us live. Any indication prosecutors will be charging that 15-year-old girl as an adult? And what has been the response from the community?
They've talked about moving that 15-year-old's case into adult court. There's a request.
Oh, that bitch paused. My bad, y'all. I've been trying to. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chop, I can hear you.
What the fuck? And see, you heard
You
the
hear
first
me?
question that lady asked, huh, P? She said, "Oh well, they charging the 15-year-old boy. What about the 15-year-old girl?" You see what I'm saying, P? You see what the question is now? We know they all gonna slam the little boy. Like we know that. But you done took your mama gun and killed her with it.
Almost. The mama survived.
They just said the mama. Where they say the mama survived there?
They say the mama, 2 people survived.
Who said
One of the
they
cousins
ain't said the
and the
mama
mama.
survived on this one?
Yeah, they did. Somebody
Well, you
mama
had to pull it
survived. I
up,
don't
Pete.
know.
But they
I don't know if it
definitely
was her mama or his mama, but somebody mama
no,
survived.
her mama did. They just said it.
Okay, well, somebody mama survived. I believed it was his mama.
Oh, all right. But you was alluding to her mama surviving after the people just said that the mama didn't survive.
Yeah, that's weird as fuck. But either way,
After the judge,
But
as of
either
now, we
way-
only know the initials of that young woman, young teen. The community is just, I can't even describe. People are numb. They are reaching out just in disbelief. People are coming up to me on the sidewalks. They just don't understand how this could happen with somebody so young. And I can tell you, being in the courtroom and watching this young teen walk into the courtroom, he didn't even look 16 years old. He looked like somebody who was in junior high, and just seeing that was breathtaking.
All right, reporter Chris Hayes with our News Nation St. Louis affiliate KTVI with the very latest. Chris, thank you.
So they let their children have boyfriends and stuff, and girlfriends, and them motherfuckers killed them.
Which is odd to say that your
Listening to too.
mom and
All them
his
carrying on that
mom
type of stuff. All the niggas talking about that
allowed
shit now.
y'all to be able to talk to each other, be boyfriend and girlfriend, right? But what's the reasoning that they felt like they had to go to such extreme just to be together? Like, you already together, y'all boyfriend and girlfriend, y'all get to see each other, talk to each other, unless y'all had some other shit planned off already. You see what I'm saying? And judging by the email, like I don't know why motherfucker don't believe me. That shit be on the internet. It's once it's on the internet, it's there. There's no takesy backsy, right? You can't take that shit back. So the big question now, like they say, there's no one to blame. Yo, we can't blame nobody. You blame the children. You definitely have to blame them because ain't no way that you were allowed to date. It's not like they say y'all can't date. From everything that we've gathered so far, they allowed y'all to date. They was cool with it.
They
So,
15.
but
Both of them was the
judging
same
by one of
age.
those one the email from the girl talking about she liked blood. So she was on some sadistic shit long before all this. Like she probably was out there torturing animals and shit. You know what I'm saying? But the level of the extreme. You killed your mom and stuffed her in the storage tote and put her out by the dumpster.
The grandma put the grandma in the storage container.
Nigga, you know how heavy a grown person is to get it. They struggle they
You know
ass
how
off trying to move
strong
that storage
love
tote.
is, nigga.
Shit, that's some heavy shit I don't know, bro. I can't imagine, and we've heard about stories like this before. They call that shit it's the Romeo and Juliet love, man. Only difference is these motherfuckers didn't try to kill themselves; they killed everybody else. Bonnie and Clyde style. They have to be held accountable at this point. You done damn near killed both y'all whole family
Yeah,
for
yeah,
real.
that shit premeditated too. Y'all gotta be tried as
Yeah,
adults, man. That's a lot of work,
You
bro.
already got your boy.
That's a lot of
nigga say
work,
I'm
bro.
finna lose my
To
whole
put all the
family
people
for
in
you.
store.
Damn. Was it me? I think it's me, y'all.
Silence, your mic went on mute, bro.
Yeah, I was finished. I was just saying that's a lot of work. You know, they gotta be tried. They gotta be tried as adults, nigga. That's premeditated like a motherfucker.
And be honest with you, bro, I've heard about it, right? I've heard about, but not whole families though. You know, I could like the mama and the daddy of each individual child trying to keep them away from each other and stuff like that, and they rage out, run away or some shit like that. I heard about that. The eloping and all that stuff. I've heard about all that, but never this level of what's the word I'm looking for, man? with a
nigga.
level of this much anger
Violence.
and violence, yes, anger and violence. I can understand them being upset that their parents don't want them to date. Cool. I can understand you being angry about it. But to go to this level, what will y'all like? They madly in love. They literally was mad in love. Like it was insane. Did these two children have any history of mental illness? We'll never know because they will never tell you about a black child having mental illness. They just stone blooded killers when it comes down to that. But let these non-melanated children get out here and do some shit like that. The first thing they're gonna say is they had a history of mental illness. But who's to say this isn't a case of mental illness, right? What up, Capo? This is a level that I and again that kind of dials back to the what you were saying earlier, Scarlett, about these children being exposed to too much violence and sexual depravity and the promiscuities that is being put out all over the place. Every time you look, and I kid you not, I go on Instagram. I just saw a video earlier of the chick threw a shot glass at a chick so hard it sliced her face open, like left a big old stupid gash. She leaking, and they find that shit funny. There's nothing funny about that. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point now where you see more fights with women than you do with men. It's all over the place. The level of anger and hatred of oneself has reached an all-time high. And I have no clue other than, like Chop said, we gotta start having them general discussions with our children again. You know, start talking with them about what this is and what that is, and that you don't, like Chop said, you don't need no validation from nobody else outside your father and your mother. They're the only two people who you need real validation from. And at a certain point in time, you don't even need their validation anymore. You still want they love and their approval for certain things, but you know, seeking validation is what these children is doing. Instant gratification for another one. Like I don't know, man. A lot of this shit just completely out of hand. And my question is, where's the fathers at in all this? Where was that 13-year-old who had the 20-year-old under the bed father? Where were these two children's father? Like, did nobody ever think to say to hell with this single parenting shit? Even if I got a co-parent with somebody who broke my heart, at least they need to be here to help deal with the trials and tribulations that this teenager is going to be going through. They're not having to talk to them. Nobody's really having open dialogue conversations about certain things. The birds and the bees. I had that conversation at 12 years old. There's a certain level of understanding that must be taught at a certain age. And if the parents aren't doing that, then you leave your child to be wandering around trying to figure out life as it's happening, and they make impulsive decisions and don't care about repercussions.
Yes, and I can't lie. I feel betrayed as shit if I found out my child had something to do with my death or any one of my family members dying type shit. Like I feel like that's some wild shit to do for love too. Like they had to have a problem with their relationship. They never said none of that, but they did say I was losing I'm getting rid of my family for you, meaning they must have, them
I'm
people
about to
must
kill
have
them
had a
all
problem with them talking to each other.
at some point.
Yeah,
Or, or, or the fact that the parents caught wind of them doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? Think about, like, hey, you catch your daughter doing something with a little boy that you ain't know nothing about. You go, you can't talk to him. I better not catch you talking to him, but they still gonna be communicating with each other, talking on social media, or l- logging in on their friend phone so they could continue their conversations, or all kind of shit. So at some point, they got caught doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing, and the parents like, nah, dude, you ain't about to be talking to her, and you ain't about to be talking to him. Y'all about to stop this right now, right? That's not to say that later on in time y'all can't get back together. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, impulse. I gotta have it now. And look what it
they
get me.
don't want you to tell them what to do. That's the whole thing.
And that only comes because you let them, like you said earlier, you let them do what they want to do. And then when you do tell them something, it's too late. Now they feel like they could tell you whatever. No, you're not gonna do whatever in my household, or as long as I'm alive. Because even in my old age, as your parent, it's still my job to guide you in the right direction. That job ends for me when I close my eyes permanently.
Yeah, I mean, but 15 though. That's why I say to me 15 too young to talk. Like that's why I say 16, 17, you could start talking. Like actually, you may have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. But like I said, if I don't know what's going on every step of the way, you not doing it. It just is what it is, bro. Like I'm not giving you free range with none of my children. The sons or the daughter. Like ain't none of that's happening because you don't need free range with my children or whatever. Like they should be able to. I mean, in today's world, the way I'm gonna teach them is if you can't take care of yourself, you can't be with nobody else. It just is
Nope.
what it is. It's simple
If
things
you
like,
can't cook
I,
for yourself, clean for yourself,
yeah, that's all
be
taking care of yourself. If
responsible
you
for
can't
yourself,
take care of
you can't
yourself,
be responsible for
how
nobody
you gonna
else.
be responsible for somebody else? You got something
I
silent?
frequently say, bro, you have no idea how frequently I tell that to my children. The things I tell you to do, that's not for me. It's for you.
I had
You
this
have to
one
be
little
able
in
to
other
manage
news. It
and
wasn't
take
I'm
care
really
of
listening,
like
yourself.
Chop. Good.
it wasn't like a real in other news. It's just this shit. I just want y'all to hear what these comedians was saying. Y'all probably seen this shit before, but
That's
I
John
thought,
Rickles.
Listen, you dummy, you're a Siberian squatter who crossed the land bridge when the frost was low. The real Native Americans are black people. You were $5 in and you paid $5 to steal a name. You're a fake, you hockey puck. They got black Americans wearing dashikis now. You look like a Chinese
Didn't I
expat.
send that to you, Charles?
You've never even been there. You're
no.
indigenous to America. Your grandmothers were Moorish empresses.
My friend tried to prove me wrong about the Moors. He said, Red, we came from Africa on a boat. I said, brother, you only believe that because a white man with a clip-on tie told you so.
Man, you know, John Hanson was a Moor, a so-called black man running the show before George Washington. We had 7 black presidents before the white guy took the credit. But keep teaching your kids about the cherry tree and decoy.
You actually think George Washington looked like a pale piece of driftwood? Washington was a Moor, you moron. He was as dark as the ace of spades. But you'd rather believe a history book written by some Jesuit who's got you convinced.
You know the secret to joining these elite Mason clubs is getting it in the butt just to humble your ego. I haven't seen that much backside action since I let my brother-in-law follow me through a revolving door.
Wow.
In the pool of the reigning champions of the global buck breaking tournament. They turn heterosexual men into beta cuckolds while they fund their Roman Jesuit rituals with our stolen tax dollars. Yeah, I said it.
I met a Shriner the other day who was real proud of his fez. I told him, buddy, you better read the fine print. That name embroidered on the front isn't yours. It's the name of the Moor who actually owns you. You're just walking trophies for the Moorish Empire, wearing a hat that's basically a leash for a civil.
Y'all actually believe Columbus discovered America. That fellow was lost as a termite in the yo-yo factory. We were the Moors already here, building mosques in Nevada and pyramids in the backyard. This race war shit, it's bullshit. It's a total law polarity mindfuck designed to keep you picking sides. Black versus white, please. Like and unlike are the same goddamn thing at different frequencies, you idiots.
I told my ego it was time for me to realize I'm the master of the universe. But that little security guard in my head is a real prick. I said my subconscious is the lord of the underworld. He said the only thing rising in my spine is the malt liquor from last night.
The black people of my life, my world.
Where's the white guy who thinks he's a Native American? Listen, you dummy, you're a Siberian squatter who crossed the land bridge when the frost was...
I liked it, that one. That was my shit right there, the first one. But yeah, y'all heard that shit?
In and out. But I know exactly what you're talking about because I had a clip like that I just sent out to a bunch of people too. That's why I asked, did I send that to you? I sent one out.
It was AI definitely because the Red Fox do not sound like that. But whoever did that is on that same type of time they could be on with the American.
Yeah, definitely was AI. I picked that up too, son.
Yeah, that American.
I definitely picked that up, though.
About it though, neither.
Them boys wasn't lying though.
There's a lot of truth, and there's
A lot of that was fake though. What they were speaking on, some of it I can't, break all down, but a lot of it, he was speaking certain things, that actually happened. Like we say, well, about the $5 Indian thing. A lot of these people did. They paid they paid $5 to be considered. Yeah, man. So they was going both ways. That's what I was saying. If you the problem and the solution, then you control the narrative. So people understand. Once they understood the art of war, they put it into place, fellas. I mean, man, they still trying to, get the books right to this day, cause of all that fuck shit. So yeah, bro. I think it's like we always talk about, bro. They gotta redo a lot of this shit, man. Scrap the whole thing if you have to, and start over, bro. Cause this shit ain't right, bro. A lot of this history, it need to be told. You know what I'm saying? It need to be told in another light, cause being black is not a monolith. You can't just put it in a box and it's just this one thing, and it represents every person that's black or melanated, and they need to stop that shit. America got that shit bad, bro. In some cases worse than other countries because they look at us like a mirror when they see, not a mirror but like a TV, when they see the stereotypical black man presented to them in their little countries and shit. They think that this is who he is, or this is who all we are, or this is all we made of and shit. And it's fucked up. Yeah, y'all hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you if you're saying something. You can hear me? You can hear me? P Dot? You can hear me?
Cool.
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you, Chuck. I don't think he did. I
Oh,
think
all
he probably
right.
went out. It looked like he on mute.
Oh yeah, that was it though. Yeah, that was it though.
This
I ain't
man
had
on mute.
nothing else. Oh yeah, he about to. I'm about to end this motherfucker. We gonna be. But yeah, I just wanted to get y'all take on that or whatever. I would definitely say
So,
like the nigga need to start questioning what we letting these little girls get away with, bro. Not the boys, cause the boys don't get away with the shit. Like you said, Silent. We teach them how to, we know how it go. You get too angry, they gonna lock you up. You start getting the domestic violence and shit. They make you go to the class, put you on probation. You get the drug charges if you're, smoking the weed and shit. You get the gun charges if you got a gun while you got the weed and all that shit. Like just all type of shit that they doing that you teach the boys, because the girls don't really be into shit like that.
mhm.
And most dads or parents, I don't hear too many people say they
Yeah, bro,
teach their
think
girls
about it,
how to,
chap. All in schools, huh? Think about it. All in
have
schools. Huh?
guns and shit.
Yes, but not no more though. That's the thing now. Not no more. Them girls is into that shit now. That's why I said it. Because them girls is into that shit now, chap. Them girls is doing a lot of that shit. So
Mm.
remember when you was young though, right? Even in school and all that shit. They taught the boys this the lesson you gotta learn. You gotta grow up and be a young man because you don't want to end up dead or in jail, right? It never was okay, ladies. What you see, young girls, they tell them you gotta practice abstinence or some shit. They used to tell them girls some shit like that. They never told them, look, y'all know y'all could end up dead or in jail too now. Y'all can't be out there wanting to sell crack and shit too. They never, you see what I'm saying? They always made an emphasis as if that was a part of, the young man's life, as if it was never going to be a part of the young woman's life. And I
There
think
we
that was
go.
a
I'm
part of the
back, y'all.
miseducation too, bro, when it come down to the come down. It was a lot of miseducation, bro. And I think it's all showing this.
Yeah, well, I don't know what I missed, but I'm back now, man. My audio had kicked out, so I had to jump out and come back in.
Well, yeah, that's all I had, dog. Shit, you got something to say, P. Dot?
Uh, Other than I think we as parents, and I say we, I mean the whole community of uh black people, so-called black people, really need to start sitting down and having deep conversations with our children about the choices that they making, who they talking to, the things that they watch, and let them know that, like, because and I say this, and I say this with all intents and honesty, a lot of stuff I, as a young black child, did or watched. My mama had to sit me down and was like, "Yo, son, you do realize all that shit that you watching on TV, a lot of that shit ain't real. The Hollywood stunts and the Bruce Lee stuff and stuff like that. But now we in a generation where everything is accessible, everything is visible, everything is out there now. So some of the stuff that, like, I didn't we I seen girls fight in junior high, elementary, high school, but not to this level that I'm seeing these women out here fighting now. These little children. Never this extreme. So
I think it was that
to
extreme. You just ain't have cameras.
it nah, dude. Nah. I didn't see it this extreme. This is
I could say
what
that.
I'm
I
seeing
could say
now.
that because I watched the girls I went to school with fight up and down St. Clair Street, all the way to the the fucking all the way to Canal Street. Plus, I didn't watch these girls fight niggas. I didn't seen all that shit in high school before Katrina. So for me,
but that's what I'm saying.
it's been
I
like that.
saw, but
I
what
used
I'm
to be on a
seeing
bus
now, like,
and that's another thing. I used to be on a bus, catching a bus from downtown to uptown too. So I used to see, go through so many neighborhoods and shit. And you see shit, you be on a bus with so many people. Boy, them girls been about that shit like that. So why you think the girls fight like they fight now? Their mamas used to be fighters and shit. They teaching them
well,
children shit.
it's a difference in the generation. Then you see what I'm saying?
I wouldn't
I
say it's a
saw
difference.
little fights here and there, but like you say, you don't see them fight from up and down St. Claude all the way to Canal Street. We ain't see it like that. I
Like you
ain't
said, I'm
see it
talking
like
about
that.
girls
We
coming to school, they fight, they
coming
got
from
put in
other
jail, they
schools,
only could
yeah,
come to school. They only could come to school when it's leak test time, so they could take their little leak test because they got to get homeschooled because they can't be at school with the fucking people because they be having the fights and shit. Then when the leak test time come, them same people get into a fight. Again, like that's how it used to be every time, and it always used to be the girls. The dudes ain't used to get into them little, them type of fights. Now they did have gang, I wouldn't say gang fights. It was war fights between
yeah.
AWOL and
That shit still went on
but
for a little rip back in
girls
my
used to be the
days up
same
at that.
way. The AWOL had a clique, the night wall had a clique of girls, seven wall had a clique of girls, and if they was beefing with your hood, your ass had to fight because they was coming get your ass. That's just how it was.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know, dude. If you take a look around social media, I have, and I'm saying this, bro. This shit is discouraging. Like, me personally, I don't see. I don't. I'm gonna tell you. I watched my little cousin and them get into a fight with some of the chicks from down the street. This was like, I had to be like 12, 10, 11, 12, and my little cousins was about them hands. I'm not gonna tell you no word of lie. So I'm saying I saw it, right? And the little chick stabbed my little cousin. And she got her ass whooped by all my other cousins because it was the one-on-one fight. When she stabbed my little cousin, all the other cousins came out and tore her little ass up on that block. But once that happened, it was like, okay, that's it. Go on about your business. They brought my little cousin to the hospital, got her fixed up or whatever. And she ain't really fought like that no more. You know what I'm saying? And she still had a little fights or whatever, but not like that, right? Over the years, I might have seen maybe six girl fights in my time in through school. From elementary up through junior high. I might have seen my big sister fight probably once or twice. And I'm talking about both my big sisters. I might have seen them fight like once or twice. But now looking around, every time I go on social media, it's video after video after video of women getting into fights
I
and
think they
a
promote
lot.
that too. I think that's just be what's in the algorithm. What's in your algorithm.
Yeah, but these be fights from all over different places though. You see what I'm saying? And like and I could kind of agree with what you're saying. It's because cameras are everywhere now, and everything's accessible, exposed, and so on and so forth. So I could kind of agree with that, but I believe deep down in my heart of hearts, bro, we in people out there on YouTube. If you agree or disagree, or you have any insight on what I'm about to say, please give me your intake on this. I don't think there's ever been a time in history where we've seen this much women fight. Not in I'm talking about all across the United States, though, bro, from east to west. All we seen is women fighting. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Like I say, I'm used to seeing niggas getting in the fight, but that'd be because they be drunk at the bar on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But these little bros just be in the hood scrapping behind some he say she say shit or behind a nigga. Like and that's another one I remember seeing a lot of fights behind. The chick fight behind a dude. Like I done seen probably 5 or 6 fights like that where the chicks be fighting over a dude. You know what I'm saying? Now over the course of years, them numbers do kind of add up because you got to think about ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. You done seen the chicks fighting over dudes and shit like that. Well, fuck, this shit is crazy. I'm quite sure if I go right now on Instagram and scroll through a little bit, it's gonna be a chick fight pop up on my timeline. I ain't looking for it, but it's there. But yeah, I just really think that forgive me for going off track a little bit, but I really think that parents need to sit down with their children and have deep, meaningful conversations about their actions and consequences, what repercussions excuse me, what kind of repercussions they could expect, what kind of consequences should they expect, you know, how to how to become more of a logical thinker instead of thinking with just emotions. Like get out your feelings and start thinking, the thoughts in my head or these types of thoughts or these thoughts that might get me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I preach that to my children. If you think you're gonna get in trouble for the shit, then 9 times out of 10 you're likely gonna get in trouble for it. So don't do it. You know? So I think it's just a matter of parents sitting down, having deep, meaningful conversations with their children. When a child step out of bounds, start holding them accountable. Go back to the days of actual punishment. Like, yeah, you could ground the child, but that ain't doing nothing but giving them time to think about what they did and how to get away with it the next time. But when you put that grounding on, okay, for every day that you grounded, you gotta go do a different chore, cut the grass, pick up the trash out the yard, wash the car, uh, help clean out the attic, help clean out the garage, uh, dusting. Remember our parents used to help them make have to wipe down the wall, take down the curtains, and do all. Start making them do more homely things that will instill that desire to keep their living arrangements together, their home life. You give them something to be pride and have pride in themselves about. Shit like that. That's all I had, man.
Yeah, I think that can help. I think that a lot of people just out here letting them do what they want to do because they feel like there's nothing they can do or whatever because the old way um is frowned upon. Like you can't tell these children what to do. You can't tell them how
They
to do
call
it
that
and all
abuse
that
now.
stuff.
No, it's not abuse.
Yeah, it's not abuse. And I think they should stop doing that to parents, like making it seem like that's abuse. It's not abuse though. You just have to be firm with the children because y'all call it abuse and then when they get in trouble in the world, y'all fucking hit them harder than we could hit them. So, but yeah, that's all I really had. You got something silent? I think he said what he. I think he said his piece already though. Yeah, cause we was waiting on you, but well, I guess that's it, man. This was another good episode of Blunt Talk NOLA. I appreciate everybody that came out. I can't see all y'all names right now, but I appreciate all y'all for coming. All the new people names I've never seen before. Thank y'all too, and see y'all next week, man. I am
All
one of
right,
y'all hosts of the night.
niece, nephew, and peaches and capo.
Shop tracks in the building.
P dot on the spot.
Silence House 17 was in the building also, and he's probably away from the mic right now, but we out of here. Peace.
Peace out, people.